So many times, speakers get into a rut because they lack three things. And what I'm finding is that a lot of speakers, a lot of coaches, a lot of influencers, a lot of authors who have a message and want to get their message out, they get stuck in the small details versus looking at the bigger goal. And so, in this video, I want to share with you three things that I believe will help get you out of rut so you can make $3,000 to $5,000 every single week or every single month by having these three things in place. Hello, I'm Cantor Simmons, and welcome to Monetize You Academy, where I show speakers like you how to monetize their message before, on, and after the stage. I was talking to a dear brother earlier today, and we were talking about his journey of the last few years and how he's been, pushing his business and speaking since 2014. And he hasn't had the success that he thought he would have. And so, as we jumped on the phone and had a call, I realized a few different things with him, but I also find that these are the same three things that hinder a lot of speakers. And let me share these three things with you. Okay. And, one of the things that he was doing, he was pushing his book, right? He was pushing his book. Now, you may have a book, I have a book. And actually, when I first started, I had this same mindset. So it wasn't this book, but it was uh, the the older version of this book. It was called Playing Your A Game: Biblical Principles for Academic Success. And so I was out trying to push my book all over the place, right? Pushing my book at schools, pushing my book at colleges, pushing my books at churches. Anywhere I could find somewhere to push the book, I would push the book. And I remember one day I was at this book fair and I had a vendor's table and I sat there for about 3 hours. And in 3 hours, I sold three books. I went home with $30 after 3 hours. So that's about $10 an hour. And I had been pushing the book for a while. And one thing that I noticed, and I'm not sure which coach shared this with me, he was like, Cantus, yeah, it's great to have a book. It's great to be an author. It's great to be an authority in a certain area. But wouldn't it be wiser if you focused on being a speaker that had a book versus trying to push a book? And so I was having this conversation earlier with this guy I had on the phone, and he's been pushing this book. It's a great, great book. And I said, well, how many books have you sold? He told me how many books he sold. I said, okay, how much have you been selling the books for? He told me how much you've been selling the book for. I said, do you not realize all of that time and labor into pushing those $20 books? What if you spent the time focusing on sharing your message and speaking as an authority to solve a specific problem in a specific niche and to charge 3,000, 5,000, 4,000, $6,000 for that? He was like, hmm. And then I said, what if rather than trying to sell one book, you sold a case of books with your presentation? So now you go speak on stage, you go speak at a conference, you go speak at an event, and then now everybody at the event, they're getting a copy of your book. Wouldn't that be better? But so many times, because speakers lack these three things, they find themselves in that situation. Now, if you're in a situation like this, hey, grab your notepad, grab your pen and paper, because I want you to identify these three things and start utilizing them. And by the way, if you want my help in putting this together for you, hey, let me know. I'll put a link somewhere down here. Just comment, hey, I want your help, and we'll definitely connect. All right, number one, you don't have a focus. Okay, you don't have a focus. That's the number one thing that I find that keeps people in the rut. You don't have a focus. And what I mean by that is that you're doing a little bit of this, you're doing a little bit of that, you're doing a little bit of this, right? And because you lack the focus, you're not spending ample enough time on the thing you need to be focused on. One thing that I'm seeing, and you've noticed it, right? Anybody with a microphone, anybody with a podcast, anybody with a camera, anybody with a pop up live, they're calling themselves a speaker today, right? Everybody wants to be a speaker, everybody has a message. But with pro speakers or professional speakers, people who position themselves not only to get paid, but to make impact from their message, they are focused. And what are they focused on? They're focused on being the leading authority in their space, right? So, in your space, in your topic area, what are you known for? When people think about you, when people think about your brand, what one, two, or three words come to mind when they think about you and your message? If you can identify the problem that you really solve, then I want you to go back to really think about your focus. Number two, the second thing you're going to need a system, right? You're going to need a system. What do I mean? A lot of times people say, hey, I want to reach such and such per month as a goal, or I want to book, you know, 20 speaking gigs this year. I want to sell so many books, sell so many courses. And that's your goal. But guess what? The issue is not the goal. The issue is that you don't have a system to achieve the things that you want to achieve. So let's say if you do want to book 3 to 4 speaking gigs every single month, what system are you using to get in front of event planners so that they can say yes to your message? They can say yes to hosting you at their event so you can reach your goal. Or maybe you do have a book. What's the system to get your book in front of the right audience and get them to say yes to your book? Or maybe your course or your coaching program or your event. If you lack a system, you will never ever hit your goal. So, number one, you must have focus. Number two, you must have a system. And number three, before I give you number three, I want to show you exactly what this young man said on the phone. He said, Candace, I've been doing this. I've been telling my family and my spouse, I've been doing this and going at this and hustling and grinding and trying to do it all on my own. He said, Candace, I'm tired. He said, what I realized, I just need to connect with you. I need a guide. And I said, yeah. And so many times people go through this area of speaking and trying to piece it together, right? You try to piece it together based off what you think you may see in a YouTube video, what you think you may see with somebody's social media. But guess what? Anytime we take a trip, I know for me, anytime I take a trip in my car, I will set up my guide so I know that I'm going the right direction. And if you lack a guide in this business, why don't you have a guide? Now, I would love to be your guide, love to be your coach, love to be the person that helps map this thing out for you. But quit trying to do things without the proper direction. Why? Because you're going to be going the wrong direction. You're going to be spending a lot of time, and you may be going in circles doing things the wrong way because you don't have a guide. If I wanted to go from Atlanta to Houston, there's one way to get from Atlanta to Houston the quickest way. Now, I could go up through South Carolina and cut through Tennessee and come down through that way, but it may just be wiser to go west on I-20 because the guide takes me that way. But not only that, I can get to my destination a lot faster. Could it be that you're not getting to your destination a lot faster because you're trying to figure everything out? Well, I would love to be your guide. I would love to help you monetize your message this month. Yeah, this month, your message needs to be out because guess what? Every month that you let go by, you're not monetizing your message. Guess what? People are not being impacted by your message. So listen, if this is something that you want to do, get focused, get a system, and get a guide. And yes, if you would love for me to be your guide, hey, simply let me know down in the comments. I would love to be able to support you, or just go to monetizeyou.co monetize.com/guide. And I'll talk about how we can help you monetize your message this month. Now, I have some more videos right here that breaks down to you why it's important to build out a bridge when it comes to building your speaking business. Hey, remember this, your message is designed to change the world, and you can do it through your words. Hey, I'm Cantor Simmons. Hey, let's talk soon. Hey, don't forget to watch this video. Talk to you soon. Bye bye.